Laurie Dyche.
BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
It's fun, you can meet friends, you can overtake people, it's fast, you can race, and you can go to new places, and you can get lots of new friends.
Loads of friends. And I've heard that you've got loads and loads of friends that do karting just like you.
One of my friends is called Max, and he went into the class above us a few months ago. And my others went into the class above me a few years ago.
So are you going to be racing with them soon in the higher class?
Yeah, next year.
Next year? That's going to be exciting. And what is it like when you have a race with your friends?
It's quite nervous because you don't know if you will spin out or you would win.
Yeah. But I bet it's really fun, though, with your friends getting to do all that.
Yeah.
So much fun. So you said as well, the things that you like about karting, Grayson, is that you like overtaking people.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
So you can overtake people if they're quick or fast. I mean, quick or slow.
And I bet you're very quick, aren't you? So tell me about, Grayson, when you first had a go at karting. Wow, how old were you?
4.
4? You're so little. How did you know what to do?
Because we had good people who helped me.
Oh, okay. So the people helped you know what to do. And what is your like racing kart like? What does it look like?
It looks quite like a normal go-kart.
What colour is it?
Green.
Is that your favourite colour?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good because everyone can see you whizzing round if you're in bright green, can't they?
And my number is 70.
70? Oh, okay. That's a good number. Why 70? Do you know?
No, because, I thought that, because when I first had to go on my go-kart, we changed it to number 7, and then we put a 0 on it for 70.
Yeah,
now
like
we
70.
love that number.
It's a great number, 70. It's a good one. Do you have a favourite race at all?
I have a couple. I've got the British Kart Championships and the BKC.
Are you a bit nervous for that? Or are you okay?
Well, we're not going to do the British because they don't let Miami Bambinos in.
Oh, okay. But when you're a bit older, I guess you'll be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
And do you want to be a proper racer when you're older?
I already am.
Of course you are. But like when you're an adult, do you want to do racing like, as a job?
Yeah.
Do you have somebody that you look up to, like who you really want to be like?
Yeah. Lewis Hamilton.
Oh my goodness. But you're better than Lewis Hamilton right now, Grayson.
Yeah, kind of.
You are. And obviously you work with your mum and dad. What is it like working with mum and dad?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Do you keep them in line? Do you make sure they're doing all right?
Yeah.
Does that mean you can fire them if they don't do very good?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I've seen videos of you, Grayson. You look amazing when you are doing all your racing round. You go so fast. You are a brilliant driver.
Yes.
Yeah. Do people tell you that all the time?
A few, and my top speed is 55 miles an hour. The top that it goes.
Oh, and what is it like going that fast?
For me, it's slow. I want to go faster.
You can't go too fast.
Top speed in all the go-karts is over 100.
What, so do you have to be a little bit older till you can go that fast? Or, past
You
55?
have to be 16.
Oh, so you've got a little bit of time left then.
Yes.
What is the plan? What's the next things that you're doing, Grayson? Are you just going to keep racing, or, what are you doing in the next few weeks? Do you know?
We're only doing 2 championships.
Okay.
We're going to the BKC and Super 1, and then national championships.
Busy schedule then. How do you fit it all in when you've got school to do as well?
Oh, we just missed school.
Forget about school. You're doing your racing now, Grayson. That's what it is. Oh, and what do all your school friends say when you tell them what you do and you do karting?
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, do they all want to have a go in your kart?
Yeah. Some of them, when I was at school and they were shown telly, some of them want to be like me and kart.
I bet they do. Do they ever get to have a go?
It depends if they go to a go-kart track or not.
Yeah. Then how often are you doing your racing?
Every weekend.
Every weekend, and you just keep doing it and you love it? I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
Where have you just been, Grayson?
We've just been to Spain for pre-season testing.
Right, and what was that like?
Hot. It was very hot.
Oh, it was hot. Oh, I bet. And then you've come back here and it's all really cold. And is it hard racing when it's really hot outside? Do you get really hot in the go-kart?
Yeah, and I need a few ice creams and ice lollies to cool me down.
Of course you do. That's the most important thing. And is that what Mum and Dad sort out for you?
Yeah. I steal Mum's debit card.
You've got the right idea, Grayson. You've got it nailed on. Mum, manager. I've seen that it says you do photography, PR, marketing, media, logistics, transport, catering. You're basically Grayson's PA and his mum. How do you fit it all in, Victoria?
I'm definitely all of those things to him. General dog's body I haven't put on there, but I would say that's probably one of them as well. But yeah, it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job.
It really is. So how long has he been karting for then? You mentioned 4, but like, was he into it? Was he into cars before? Was he into karting? Like, how did this all kind of come about?
He's always been a child who's really enjoyed any sort of automobiles, whether that be tractors when he was smaller or trains. So I think it was a natural progression, especially my husband is very much into motorsports as well. So it was sort of a natural thing that sort of occurred. We were quite lucky that at the time we lived very close to Blyton, which is where the Genettas are based, and they have a kart track. So they were absolutely amazing there. And from the age of 4, he sort of just started doing laps and laps and laps of Blyton and learnt from some really, really wonderful people.
What did you think, though, when you saw him jump in the cart and was whizzing around really quick? You must have been, your heart was in your mouth.
Well, the irony was we used to call him Captain Slow because he was so cautious. And then one day it just clicked. And then it was a little more nerve-wracking.
Oh, wow. And like you say, he says he was going around at like 55 miles an hour. That is so quick at 7. I get scared when I'm driving 40 in my car and, I'm 26. So like, I just think you must watch him, you and your partner like, oh, my goodness.
It's amazing, really, especially, not just Grayson, all of the kids that are on the grid from sort of 6, 7 years old, they've got far better kart control than I have got in a kart. They understand understeer and oversteer. They are incredible little drivers. I don't think that people give them the credit that they deserve, actually, at their age to be able to do what they do.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. And like I mentioned, I had a look at some videos of how good he is at racing round and driving. And he is brilliant. And it's such a skill.
It's amazing, really, isn't it? And I think it comes down to just hours and hours in the seat. He really does give up all his time to his karting. It's his absolute first love.
How long are you guys, spending doing karting, or how long is he in a go-kart?
We race most weekends. Over the winter, it slows down. As I said, Grayson's probably mentioned that we just returned from Spain where we did our pre-season testing, which basically involves taking engines over and checking that everything is looking strong and the child is driving well. But apart from slowing down a bit in the winter, we race every single weekend, which usually involves prepping from Thursday and then racing Friday, practice on a Friday, racing Saturday, Sunday. Back home, he goes back to school, and then we clear up and start prepping everything for the next week. So it's amazing, and any kart mum will tell you the same thing. It's a full-time job.
And what a family unit, though. Dad Mark, he does the mechanics, you do everything else, the managing, and obviously Grayson is karting. Like, it's a real family affair, which is so nice. It's
lovely, and that's probably why we've got into it in the first place. We make sure that anything we do is as a family. I've only ever missed one race weekend, ironically the one where he came second in the British Championships, which was a bit of a shame, but we make sure that it's a family affair.
And do you think that he will stick with it long term? Because sometimes, when you're a kid, you have something that you like, and then it just doesn't get as cool anymore. You kind of lose interest in it. I mean, Grayson seems absolutely in love with it, like you mentioned. But do you hope that he will stick with it?
Financially, I'd much rather he took up golf. However, or chess, because we can do that inside on a cold day.
That's true.
In fairness to him, he's so committed. I mean, even at 7, he's giving up on things that other children are doing. He's missing out on birthday parties and all the things that other children are getting to do. He's missing out on through his own choice because he loves it so much. So all we can do is provide as much as we can for him to make sure that he can do it for as long as he wants. But primarily it's for fun. We're doing it for fun. We aren't really under the illusion that he's the next Formula One superstar, although who knows? He's showing us very proud. We are obviously incredibly proud of what he's achieving.
I was going to say, you must watch him and just be filled with pride, both of you.
There's nothing quite like it. I mean, to watch him out on track with other children, driving in such a smart and clever way, racing, it's quite incredible to watch. Yes, it makes us very, very proud.
And with all of his friends as well that are a similar age doing it. I had no idea that this was a thing that you could do at 7, and there were little 7-year-olds going around on a go-kart and having the best time. But that is so nice that they have the opportunity to do it.
They are living the absolute dream. They really are. They've no idea.
And how nice is that, though, for him to, for you to see him be so happy? And like you say, it's his first love, to be able to do that. Like, how does that make you feel when you see that?
It's great. The whole thing is we're so lucky. One, that we found something that he loves so much. We're lucky that he enjoys it and puts in the effort that he puts in. It's amazing. And the friends he's made too, and we have as well, his family, we've made friends for life through it. And I don't think that you realise the ups and downs of it until you're a part of it. So, our karting family is really important to us.
And I've got to ask, though, Victoria, because when you're a parent, you worry about everything, don't you? You worry about them crossing the road, you worry about them playing at the park, playing a little bit of football. But you must have another level of worry when you see him going at like 55 miles an hour on a go-kart. It can be quite scary. I trust him. He's quite a smart little driver, so I trust him. But it doesn't take much to create an accident. He was involved in quite a nasty accident last year, and it was quite unpleasant and quite scary. But in fairness, once he'd been checked over by the paramedics, the first question was, "Can I get back out to the next heat?" So, when they love it like that, you have to just take a back seat and say, okay, this is what they want to do. No fear, do they, at that age? No worries. Do not care. And what is the plan then for you guys for the next few weeks? What are you guys doing?
Well, for the next couple of weeks, we've got a couple of IKRs, which are independent kart races. We've got a couple of those which will just get him into the season again. And then we are doing what he mentioned was Super One, which is one of the big national championships. That's the one that Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton and all competed in. We've got that. And we've also got one called the BKC, which is the Bambino Kart Club. They've also got a national championship. We are competing in that. And it's quite full on. They're held over 6 weekends throughout the year, and it is, as I said, a national championship. So we're as far down as Dorset and up to Cumbria. So it's going to be a busy time.
Busy. Well, we'll have to see if we can sort out, and we'll have a go-kart race with Carson or with Grayson. We'll have to have a go.
Oh, he would absolutely love that.
He would beat me hands down, not a problem, wouldn't you, Grayson?
Yeah, he beats his father if ever he goes out on track with him. So, he's far better than us now. Far better.
Laurie Dyche.